And we're back with more Dark Heresy Alpha. Alright, I always forget you have to press enter. Oh yeah, we just got Cog. Who is Cog? Cog is a warrior. Good projection there. I must not have feature. Should I buy him a gun? I don't know. Three, 6. So what's this guy then? A way seeker. He's cool. Well, the FPS is... What was I doing here? Oh, I've completely forgotten what I was doing. I lost a signal or something. I've been up... Oh, Keykeeper. Scary, so scary. What does he mean by Keykeeper? A rope is needed. There's still something wrong with the FPS. Let me save it. So it's got nothing to do with the settings. What do you want? I got nothing on me. The man standing before you looks terrible, even by the standards of his surroundings. His right arm is withered and dangles limply at his side, and his mouth boasts an impressive 2 remaining teeth. A repulsive odour hangs around him like a cloud, hitting you from 3 paces away. His foul appearance only serves to make his accessories even more striking. A brand new Vox with gilded corners hangs on his chest, while an Astra Militarum cap sits on his head. Where did you acquire these things? They're all mine, only mine. I didn't steal them. Tell me where you got these things, or I'll use your fingers as fishing bait. Intimidation succeeded. You'd have cut him off to do that, huh? I get it now. I trade ink tooth for him at the marketplace. Cost me a whole injector of Gursugum. These do not belong to you, scum. Now hand them over. Yeah, that's right, Commander. Stealing's bad, but stealing from the sergeant is very bad. Give it here. Military Grade Vox, Fusilier cap. Okay. 5 Fellowship. Now what? Oh, like this, where is she? Down here, isn't she? Dire Spike, Sister Septimus, Trader. Oh, I went the wrong way. Here we go, Inktooth. Step right up, take your pick, Master. Inktooth offers the best the sea has to toss up. I was told you had Fusilier gear to sell. How did you acquire it? The hermits brought it over, and I didn't bother asking where they got it from. Maybe they found it somewhere or looted a dead man. Why let good wares go to waste? This knife used to belong to a daring man. He wielded it to shield his family from this. Let's get it. Rusted knife. With eye embossed. A rusty and useless knife with eye embossed on the handle. I think I just got scammed. The diver's killed. Oh. Ferals. The Fusiliers beat those beggars a lot. The sergeant said there weren't many because they got scared. Interesting. Is that all he had? What's this? Oh, new clues. Contradictory conclusions. So the divers killed the expedition members for ritual purposes and disposed of their bodies in the sea. taking revenge against the Baron. Oh no, this is the people from the were abducted by the Pharaohs. On a tip from the Baron. Oh no, how do I get it back? Oh, rope. Let's get some rope. Fuse. That prevents it from destroying. Oh. Desponding auto pistol. Let's go give this to. Where are these people? Oh, they're down. So this way. Let's go find them, give them the alcohol. Oh wait, I've gone the wrong way, haven't I? Where? Well, did you find what you were looking for? Fine, one person can go. Either you go or you pick someone. I'm obliged to ask for your professional help. Look out, lads. A negotiator's coming your way. Well, did you get a good look? You bugger-eyed pals are in one piece. Let's keep them that way. Let the hostages go, then we can discuss further terms. You're right. There'll be more terms to come, and to make you all more agreeable, the negotiators got to bleed. Ooh. Resolve. Prepare for battle. Oh, start the battle. I should have sent Grog in. Ouch. Okay. So what does he have? Staff melee attack. Siphon life. Medicae. Fire grenade. Okay, and then Fetter. Right before the character uses the next psychic power, Veiled Degradation. So where is Veiled Degradation? That's movement points. That's action points. Veiled Degradation. Morale. I guess we'll see. Push. Right before the Mystic uses the next psychic power, if the Psychic's armor durability is more than 0. Okay. Firestorm. Assail. A target within a 15-cell radius suffers 12 impact damage and a stacking -0 penalty to reflex and tenacity until the end of combat. Then it must pass a strength test with a +2 modifier. If failed, it becomes staggered for 1 round and must pass a relevant test or suffer a critical effect. Each burning unit, and then rhymes unspoken. Suppression. Ow. Oh, she's dead, isn't she? That was a terrible idea to put her there. Okay, so he has 2 weapons. Guidance. The Wayseeker selects an ally, disregarding range and line of sight. Half the benefits of the keystone. This lasts for 1 round. Guiding light. Assail. Deadly insult. Precision attack. Whoa, whoa. It's fats. Head. Total chance 100. Oh, you get military precision attacks gain 17% hit chance. What's this? Oh, diver hostage. Okay, what does she... Oh, she's got the flamer. Oh, this is completely the wrong person. Oh, it can't be used while there's okay. Oh. What's this? Lock and load. Oops. So he's like Cassius. No, what's her name? Oh, the sister of whatever. Oh, charge. Endure. Bulwark. Just cover. Smash. Wicked Scorn. Okay. It doesn't show you how much damage you do. Oh god, that's not going to go well, is it? Oh, I didn't think this through. She's so dead. Oosh. Nope. Why can he... Are they saying that he's going to get shot? Oh no, he's only got one movement. What? God, this is not going well. Okay. It's a bit awkward having to hold. What? Oof. Let's do this properly. Oh, you didn't have to move. Crap. Oh, I keep forgetting you have to hold down space. Execution? Did that not work, or? Nice. Okay. Can you get up there? Become broken. Moral broken despair. Oh. What happened there? Oh, heroic act. So what does this do? Allows the unit to move to the target cell. They're kind of the worst person. Oh, the enemies are shattered. Victory is yours. Well, that was unexpected. Okay. Weapons. Axe. Autogun. Oh, he's got a heavy stubber. A brutal shotgun. Maul. Wait, she has a shotgun, doesn't she? Oh, why did I not switch? Oh, I completely forgot about that. Reliable lasgun. But he's got a... what's it called? Long glass. Oh, he's got a knife. The wearer gains plus 2% hit chance. Mystic robe. Must not have feature. Okay. Thank the God Emperor and Saint Sibelius. We're alive. The bandit with aluminum tattoo stands loose-limbed and relaxed, as if he were the one who had just killed all the ferals. Get a load of you. You'd never know your shirt was clean. That worked a treat. So the Baron won't be chopping off any limbs today. You did well. You pleased our boss. When he gets upset, people start disappearing, you know? Anyway, here you go. I owe you one. The Unbreakable. What is this sludge that you're so worried about? Raw material from the sea bottom. The divers bring it to shore, and the Baron makes gogesium out of it. Valuable stuff. Oh, I feel like I shouldn't have helped. He's drugging the locals. So, the Unbreakable. Someone has attached thin ceramite plates to the inside of this otherwise unremarkable armor. How such material found its way to the lower levels of the hive is a mystery. Perplexing. At the start of all enemies within the influence suffer agi bonus. Stinking black liquid sloshes around inside the barrels. Strange. It is unlikely. Oh. It is unlikely that waste would be stored with such care. Goods? Oh, some more. Oh, yeah, rope. I forgot about the rope. Should probably deal with the footprints as well. Trail lost. Additional visual scanning. The corpse of a worker without a service number. This is definitely not one of Millicentilia's workers. Have I not been here before? Brown marshes. Judging by the rust and dirt covering the bottom of the boats, they are frequently used. The black coating on the inside seems to have been left by the catch. What did I get? Oh, he just pulled it up there. The footprints end at the shore. There is something slimy about the murky water. Yielding to your efforts, swollen, dehumanized corpses slide up into view. The heavy reek of death strikes your nose and soaks into the fabric of your clothes. The condition of the bodies indicates prolonged immersion in water. There are traces of local fauna, evident in multiple bite wounds and loss of soft tissue. Fingers are absent. The abdominal organs are absent. Note that the bodies have decomposed far less than would be expected under these conditions. Make a note to take samples of the local water. It displays pronounced embalming and preservative properties. Inspect the remnants of the clothing. The corpses, badly eaten away by fish, are wearing sturdy uniforms and boots that match exactly those issued to the workers at the excavation. The fabric clings to the slick corpses and tears away with a sickening sucking sound. Their pale, water-swollen skin has puckered so much that identifying anyone is impossible. Note the water's unusual impact upon the epidermis. Maceration, that is, wrinkling and peeling of the skin, typically affects only a drowning victim's hands and feet. In this case, though, the entire body is oedematous and almost liquefied by toxins in the seawater. This, regrettably, greatly hinders identification. It suggests someone knew of these properties and deliberately deposited the bodies here. Failed? Look around. The drowning site is secluded, yet it remains fairly visible from the nearest islets. Their inhabitants may well have seen something. It grieves me with sorrow as wide as the river to speak plainly. I know not the fate of these poor fallen, only that long ago sank into the stinking abyss. When my steps brought here an unworthy servant of his, I found the bodies foul and unwept, hurled into the waters without benediction. From that hour I assumed the mission of seeing these miserable ones laid to rest. The wrinkled, wretched bodies lie exposed along the shoreline. Okay. Drowned workers. bloated bodies dressed in good quality work uniforms washed up on one of the coastal islands. I could have done with getting their identification numbers. Scene examination record Lock 67GH72. Since the first the locals do not dare go against the Baron. The tracks led to this place where the workers drowned. The divers disposed of the bodies of those unwanted by the Baron in the sea, thereby covering their tracks. Baron involvement data updated. So what's the two... Hypothesis. The trail of the footprints may belong to Inquisitors. Yeah. Boots. Willpower. Does he need willpower? Yes. He cannot use the boots. Oh. Wait. What boots did I get then? That's so strange. The corpse of an old man showing signs of mutation. His fingers are fused into fins, and the frilly chest protrudes along the nape of his neck. The building is assembled from the scraps that even the beggars refuse to take. The people who live here are the most wretched inhabitants of Maris Bortum. There is no one lower than them. Rotten fish. Two hermits are leaning over a corpse stripped of clothing and with a gunshot wounded to its chest, clearly trying to think of the easiest way to drag it to the sea. Another hermit, an old woman with a malformed appearance, stands nearby, muttering something in a vehement voice. The Orgrin growls and, despite having received no orders to do so, takes a heavy step towards the hermits. Draw your weapon. Get away from the body, you rabble. The old woman gasps in fright and hides her face in her hands. Don't kill us, good master. Rotten Fish was only given a litany to usher along the warrior of the God Emperor to rejoin him. The young man's ashen face is frozen in a grimace of disgust. You notice that muck on the body is relatively new, and his neatly cut hair suggests the deceased could afford to tend to his appearance. Sorrow makes the sign of the Aquilia and lowers his head, whispering a prayer, probably a requiem. The edges of the wound are slightly charred. The man was shot with a las pistol. I would like to note the presence of blood in the cavalier's mouth and nostrils. The primary wound, clearly inflicted by a low-power las weapon, did not result in immediate death. It was the victim's subsequent wounds that caused their internal bleeding and eventual dismiss. The man's forearms has tattoos, some of which signify his affiliation with the Astra Militarum. You take a step back, but slightly sweet smell of decay follows you. Who are you? This is Rotten Fish, good master, a hermit, a diver in the past, and just an old woman now. Why did you call him a warrior of the God Emperor? Oh, master, Rotten Fish didn't see it first. Her eyes are almost gone, and he was all dirty and scruffy, covered in blood. Clothes all filthy. When she finally got a look at him, oh, saint's blood, a warrior of the God Emperor, dressed in uniform and bearing the sacred symbols. What's happened here? The warrior came, already wounded. The fish wanted to make a seaweed poultice, but he wouldn't let her. He shouted, brandishing his weapon and cursing us. And that's the way he died. May he meet the God Emperor on the eternal battlefield. The Organ nods with a frown. That's just like Sergeant Olaram. Resistance. Search the foul-smelling old woman. You search the woman quickly and deftly. Very well, let's say you didn't kill him. The fish never would have dared, good master. Why is he undressed? As soon as his spirit departed, people took everything he had. That's just the way it goes. Noble master, so don't be angry. Why let good things go to waste? Cog, do you recognize this man? Cog slowly walks up to the body and looks at it from a long time. He lets out a soul-wrenching howl and turns to you with an expression of utter turmoil. It's Sergeant Oluli. He's all dead. The abhuman growls and pounds his fist at his own forehead several times. Add to protect him, Sergeant Arcoli was bad at fighting. At the Orgren's words, Larathra turns his head to him and slowly raises a hand as though about to place it on his tall shoulder, but stops at the last moment as if waking up from a reverie and turns away. Your sergeant is dead. What will you do now? I shouldn't get to say. Listen, Occult, ideally we're supposed to return the Orgren to the Fusiliers, but that'd be a pain and more bureaucracy than we'd like. If anyone asks, you can just flash that sigil and tell them it's property of the Inquisition, commandeered for official duty. Listen up. You're staying with me for now. We can decide where to sign you later. Commander. Okay. Property of the Imperium. Oh, I didn't mean to volunteer. Okay. Now what? Oh, that's just a shortcut. Thank you for the boys, by the way. The Baron's oath would never have pulled anyone out. What is it you want? Who are you? The locals call me Kabi. I lead the divers in this hab zone. I take them down to the very bottom and retrieve what the Baron really likes. With this pretty mouth here. Points her blackened lips and gives a playful wink. Her eyes, however, remain cold as ice. Jeez. I found the bodies of local people in the sea. The strange thing was that they were dressed too finely for these parts. Do you know anything about this? She looks around nervously and leans closer. When she starts talking, you notice a sour smell coming from her mouth. It was the Baron. He brought a dozen of our boys to the shore, gave them nice clothes and ordered them to jump into the water. When they tried to come up for air, his people hit them on the head with rifle butts until they drowned. I don't know why the Baron would do such a thing, but he did. I'm looking for a man named Rufinius Scrag. He's not from around here and would have been a recent arrival. I do remember one shore rat, always hovering about. Was very interested in learning about us and about the Baron's Gursuum. He even suggested my boys Gurk on that gunk and take a walk on the seabed. But we don't take it, only real sludge. It opens your eyes a little wider, but Gursuum stops them from closing at all, understand? You have Fusseling crates in your warehouse. Are you aware that this is theft? The woman cranes her neck as if trying to peer into the warehouse from here. You can see three thin scars on her dirty neck. What crates? Ah, we found them in the sea. People throw a lot of nice stuff into the water, and we put it to good use. We keep our suits and hoses in these lockers. Everything we need for diving, basically. What is that profane idol in your settlement? It looks heretical. Heretical? God Emperor have mercy. What What, didn't you recognise the saint? Who's the idolater here then, huh? That's Sibelius the Infallible. The sea roughed him up a bit, of course, but we're no strangers to that. So we dredged him up from the bottom, stood him up, and now we honour him, just like Rotten Fish instructed. Can you tell me more? What is this place? Tell me about the divers. What do the divers do? Before the flood, we used to fish and grow seaweed. Then fab manufacturers would grind them into rations and send them through the gateway to the upper hivers. And in return, they would send us food and medicine. Those were good times. And now all we do is dive. She mimes the act by puffing out her cheeks and pinching her nose, but there's no trace of real joy on her face. The work is important. Without us, the Baron would be left without his precious girth serum, and then we would be left without his guns and his grub. She chuckles, cocking back her neck. You notice the scaly patch covering her chest and neck. Noticing your stare, she immediately stops laughing and glumly tucks her chin into her chest. So you extract the unrefined Gergesium. Can you tell me more about it? Here's how it is. The Baron distills his poison from raw stuff that comes straight from the bottom of the sea, from tiny little wells darker than a Grox's arse. These smokers only appear deep, deep down, and so we dive down to them. We attach hoses and pump the stuff into cylinders. Except the pumps break constantly, and we often have to use our mouths to get the flow going, or that shit won't go the right way. She suddenly opens her mouth wide, revealing a completely black tongue. You see that her entire throat is covered with an oily, slimy film. Delighted with the impression she has made, she shuts her mouth and starts cackling. This job's not for everyone. People drown, get poisoned, die, but you never go without. Everyone needs you. Do you dive too? I'm cleaning my suit right now, in case you haven't noticed. I can't be wading about the bottom all the time. Once I'm done with this, I'm heading to see the Baron again. You might have dealt with the ferals, but my people say they've seen those bleak faces on the shore again. May the sea take them. Have you lived here long? We've been here since Marsportum was founded. My ancestors first fished here, then built boats, and then invented diving suits. We've survived a lot, but these floods, I doubt we'll be surviving them. We used to give our dead to the sea. Now it's come for us. Seems we failed to appease it. What can you tell me about Confessor Erictimus? Makes the sign of the Aquila. At first, Erictimus was nothing special, just a run-of-the-mill sanctimonious preacher. He talked a lot about Sibelius, and then he went through the gateway and didn't come back for a long time. They say he went all the way to Silenza Sectoris, the one that was burned for its people's wickedness. I don't know what happened to him there, but he came back injured all over. Since then, all he talks about is suffering. He gathered other oddballs around him and called them the flock of repentance. They're not too bad. They keep their hands to themselves. I'm grateful for that. But the ones who listen to Erictimus's new words, you see, he speaks as smooth as you like. And what he says sounds quite true. We all must suffer to purify our souls, he says. But our simpletons think that if you flail your hands and throw your neighbour into an acid vat, the God Emperor will immediately forgive you. And the worst thing is that the more and more people are listening to Erictimus. It looks like our time is running out, and the people have started thinking about their souls. What if the God Emperor will forgive them? So they rush to the flock. The ranks of penitents swell with each passing day. It can't lead to anything good. What do you think of the Baron? The same way I think of a knife in my leg. While it's in there, I'll be in a lot of pain and discomfort. But if I take it out, I'll bleed to death. After the sea quake, the Baron and his carvers took power, have been keeping the locals in line, mostly. Anyone who doesn't like it doesn't live long. They disappear without a trace. You mentioned Lumers. Who are they? They're the carvers, the Baron's minions. They paint their bodies with luminous paint so that everyone knows who they belong to. If it weren't for the Baron, may the sea take him, they would be common thugs. But he brought them together and keeps them under his thumb. He got them hooked on Gergesium. So So now they'll do anything for another dose and listen to him like he's their own father. They're all twitchy though, either from the Gurgism or from not sleeping for weeks after taking it. But at least they don't suffer from nightmares like the rest of us. What are these beak faces you're talking about? A bunch of freaks that showed up after the seaquake. Must have come out of the distant pipes. Hideous things with beaks instead of mouths. They swoop in, killed some of our folk, and even ate someone, if the rumours are to be believed. I think they must be starving to death, since they came from the swamps. The ferals don't turn their noses up at human flesh when they're really hungry either. The Baron kicked the beak faces in the arse and sent them packing. Except he started being friendly with them later, damn him. I see, that'll do for now. You don't want to know anything about Marisportum? Thank the God Emperor for that. I've learnt everything I need. So long, Shore Rat. If you want something else, come back and we'll prattle some more. Okay. On the trail. Agent's mission. The agent took a keen interest in the effects of Gurgasium in living beings. Oh right, that's Rufus. The Baron prefers to hold public executions and keeps a record of all those killed by the carvers. The Baron gang forced a dozen well-dressed people to jump in the sea. The drowned people were workers from the according to the foreman's notes, some members began secretly following the teachers of the Flock of Repentance. Professor Erexma's teachings warped the workers' minds, inspiring them to drown themselves in an act of penance. The divers worship a false idol, performing sacrificial rituals in its honor, that verge on heresy. A clan of bog beasts had been terrorized in Marisportum since the first seaquake. The divers store their diving equipment in containers similar to Thessalian crates. Oh, wait. The influence of Confessor Erechmus and his flock on the people of Marisportum is growing by the day. Founded the Flock of Repentance. The followers of the Confessor Erechmus, I keep saying Erechmus. Erechmus had previously followed the teachings of Sibelius the Infallible for many years. That changed several months ago when the Confessor renounced his patronage. A few months ago, Confessor Erechmus embarked on an outreach program to neighbouring Silenza's Sectoris hub zone, where he suffered wounds that never healed. After the renounced and began preaching repentance for transgressions. Divers. The sea creature's idol in the camp is the statue of St. Syllabus, which has been raised. The diver's body has been distorted by mutations that they carefully conceal, offering corpses that are akin to the sea that feed. The divers are mutants who worship a false idol, appeasing it by sacrificing the Habzone's denizens. The divers are prone to mutations. Some of them have mutated to the point of having four-toed feet. It was they who left the footprints at the excavation site. Carver's gang. The sergeant, stay away from those. They're not right in the head, that's what he said. Okay. Foreman's notes. We don't know anything about Preacher Derricus yet. Let's put the Confessor here. Oh, how do I do this? Ferals. Missing. So, okay. I need to organize this, otherwise I'm going to go crazy. So the field camp is here. We have the missing expedition. Oops. And then Confessor Erectimus. So this is down there. And then we got the drowned workers. Workers' footprints. Baron's got nothing to, okay, put all the people down here. Oh, my eyes. And then we'll put Carver on this. Kroot clan. Flock of Repentance. Oh yeah, there's this spherical prince. Oh, what are these? A clang of the Kroot carnivorous xenos are devouring the inhabitants of the Marasportum Sectoris to strengthen and develop their clan. The people from the excavation site were abducted by the clan of swamp mutants, who have been terrorizing the settlement. Okay. The Carvers eliminated anyone who stirs up trouble in Mantisport. The Baron prefers to hold public executions. And then these two are the Carver's gang. That's to do with the Baron, isn't it? But these are all contradictions. Confessor walked the people and point at the problem area. Aspect. Ooh. Localization? Oh, wait. Okay. I guess I need... Oh, the carvers. But that's contradicted by the Baron prefers to hold the public executions. So it has to be this one. But then the... Oh no, but these are all... I guess maybe... The divers are mutants who worship a false idol. Okay, I think we just need more information so we can remove some of these conclusions. I think that's probably how it works. I'm just going to go grab a drink. Okay, and we're back. Whoops. What's this? So how... Use him, right? Oh, or is this just on the way back? Who's putting traps here? Acidic runoff. Acidic. Oh. Acidic runoff has been detected. Contact will cause a chemical burn. Oh, they really don't want people here, do they? What the hell? Who did that? Someone has deliberately dragged half of a body through the filth and then wrapped a filthy rag around it. The body has been cut symmetrically, the corpse's hand covered in calluses, fingers pointing towards the abandoned utility buildings in the centre of Marisport. Eerie human installations can be found in the inner corners. Inquisitors. Shall we go to the brown marshes? I feel the brown marshes might be more combat, so maybe it's a good idea to go there. Wits. This odd-looking structure appears to serve as a signpost of sorts. Dangers lie along the path to the left, while the right path has been deemed safe. Let's go the safer way first. Why are they attacking each other? Why can't he attack? Miss. Softskin, lure Grak into the pen, anger him and run, but do him no serious harm. How am I supposed to do that? Oh no. Ouch. Oh, you numpty. Reckless charge. Wait. Am I missing a character? Anger him and run. Who's the charge on though? Oh, of course it's the squishy one. Oh my god. How do I do this then? I need to get someone stronger there. And then fire at him. Okay, he's not gonna be able to shoot. Strike fast, strike swift. This the F-38, he can do it. Oof. Nope, he missed. Where? Oh, she's the one. Go over here. Stand in here. Who do we give? No one. Oh, I guess the Psycho, really. Didn't mean to do that. Miss. Okay. Oh no. I need to be careful about using that. Oof. Arm's injured. Is this the big guy? Just go in the hole. No, oh. Does reckless charge mean... Does that mean she needs to move, or... Oh, she can get out the back. I didn't notice that. Oh, that's weird. How? Ouch. Oh, they got morale. Why can't he move? Oh. Subtle manipulation. The mystic gains an attacking psychic power that does not expend combat points. Until the end of the turn, the mystic's psychic powers do not trigger psychic phenomenal powers. Why has he got no movement points though? Oh, not close enough. Wrong person. Ah. Become heroic. Here we go. Uh-oh. Perils of the warp. Oof. Oh my god. Oh, numpty. Damn it. Become heroic? Lost battle? Victory! You have crossed the boundaries of the roost. Lower your weapon or I will strip your soft skin and my blood will devour your flesh. Wait, he's got a gun. Dozens of gleaming eyes watch you from strange dwellings, from high cliffs, from the shadows. Kroot, carnivorous xenos, renowned for their mercenary prowess. At your feet lie many of their fallen kin, but even more surround you. Every one of them is a warrior. Every one of them carries a rifle, lethal claws, and a sharp beak. Warshaper Croc Trike. The Kroot alongside whom you fought just fought eyes you viciously, then glances at the beast in the cage. The fury in the xenos glaze slowly fades. Atut Faka, you heard my words. You saved Graktar. I will forget that you trespassed in the roost. The kin band will not tear you apart for now. So you are the swamp mutants they speak of in Marisportum. Huh, when the vein grows strong, Utvaka will have no time for foolish names. They will tremble at the mere mention of the bog beasts. Epern swiftly makes several notes on her data slate, entirely unfazed by the dozens of eyes fixed upon her. Fascinating. An aggressive xeno species operating in the lower hive sectors. How did they go unnoticed for so long? Raise your hands. I came to talk, not to fight. Your kin struck first. The time for words with soft skins has passed. Now we speak the language of strength, to defend the vein from invaders, to survive. Take my brother's word as you would a storm, soft king. He walks the path of blood and battle, and you have come after a difficult time. A stately Kroot, wearing a helm fashioned from a fish's skull, speaks up. I am Ohura Tyke, flesh shaper of the Tyke vein, is the war shaper. He is the strongest among us, but he does not trust outsiders. Even so, the Tyke vein is grateful for your aid against these maddened of my blood. They lost their connection to the roots. They could no longer hear the commands of the shapers, and now their flesh will rot, their strands will decay. Today madness seized the roost. I sensed it in the air and in the blood that was spilled. It is a warning. One of the Tyke vein will heed. Soft-skinned flesh defiles our roosts. Hear my word, you of my blood. From this moment forth, the vein is forbidden from consuming human flesh. It is time to leave the roost, choked with the stench of rotting sea. It is time to move once more, through the tunnels to new lands, in search of better prey and new strands. Oh, so they've been getting the black sludge, right? Brother, has Yoklak claimed your mind? It was you who said that we, the Vein, must speed on strong Atukfaka. And you are right, the weak warriors have grown strong, the strong have grown ferocious. For the Kinban's ferocity is not cursed of the roots. It is a sign of our warriors' bodies strive to harness the strands of the soft skins. What is the Atuk? That is what we call soft skins like you, a single strike and done. But you are different. Though your body is fragile, I sense the spirit of a hunter in you. That is why you survived the slaughter. That is why the Vein still listens to you. Soft skins, frail bodies, like your pack. Humans, yes? Does this mean no one else here intends to attack me and we can talk now? As I said, the Vein will forget that you just trespassed the roost. You helped. You survived. Now stay out of the way. My brother and I have matters to discuss. I say the Vein must remain here and continue to absorb strong flesh. Better to fall in battle against the Atukfaka than to let those of my blood slowly rot from hunger in the tunnels again. Even before the battle, we both saw it. The ancient root is breaking through in one of our warriors. That means the time has come. We conduct the awakening ritual, help him remember, and then we will judge our dispute. Until then, the Vein will not move. One more mistake and we will be nothing more than decaying leaves beneath the feet of outsiders. The flesh shaper clicks his beak in agreement and turns to you. The Vein is about to witness the awakening of the great root, which will mend the woes of those times. I must prepare for the ritual. You may remain in the roost until then. The rabid ones are gone. No one will strip the flesh from you or your pack. That is my decree. But remember this. When the awakened one emerges, you will leave the roost forever. Thus speaks flesh shaper Ohura Tyke. Okay, on the trail. Some Kroot has succumbed to madness. The Kroot purpose in life is to absorb the correct best strands genes, the bodies of their kin, the strands member of the xeno species often found among the mercenaries. The Kroot purpose. War Shaper. Pursue your leads. Among the pile of meat, one can notice parts of the bodies of the Kroot. These xenos waste nothing. Raise your head, Teknuk. In this dark hour, you give the vain hope. What do you remember? Flesh and bones crack in the break. Poisoned winds swirl in the quills. Who am I? Your memory is still weak. It is normal. Go help it unfurl. Fight, shoot, eat. It should help. Eat. Yes, I want to eat. The whirlwind of stars tormented me for too long. I need to put meat on my bones before battle. The bubbling drink resembles a thick resin of dirty, rusty hue. Touch it and you will anger the roots. A whole swarm of softskins is wandering through the roost. What is the pack doing here? That cunning softskin who spoke with the flesh shaper must have brought them. If it is a fight they want... No fighting. This pack has helped us, and the cunning Utuavaka fled after the slaughter with Lone Eye's warriors on the far shore and never returned. Perhaps the swamp has taken him. Unfortunate, the flesh shaper needed him for trade. The Vane has no need for weak allies. If the cunning one could not survive, he was not so cunning after all. Interesting. Is that, yeah, the agent. The crude lines form a schematic yet surprisingly accurate map of the surrounding lands. Those not idle... Oh. These are not idle drawings, but a means of recording useful knowledge. How is the arm? Ready to fight? We will soon face Lone Eye's warriors again. Rot, take the roots of the soft skins. I have been feeding since the last battle, but this wound will not heal. Respect the roots, warrior, even those of others. The Utuavaka from the filthy roost fight well. I have torn soft-skin hides before, but those ones under Baron Lone Eye's command are as vicious as if they eating flesh from Yoghlak. No one in these hunting grounds fights as fiercely as they do. Then Lone Eye must have given them strong strands, or something else. No matter, there will be more battles. Heal up, we will return to you. Manifest. Baron's gang fights for twice. They're poisoning them. I will find your strands, absorb them, return to myself. Where are you, Ukanta? The xenos looks lost, its quill flattened. Noticing you, it sweeps its beak from side to side, inhaling air. Its black eyes linger on your weapon. Ut Vaka, warrior, fortunate. Skrat seeks his mate, Uk Kahata. Skratat, he needs help with a warrior. What distance do you need? Mate has vanished. She did not return. Where did she disappear? None returned. Why are you not searching for... Search. Surveying is above all. I will search for your mate. Are you familiar with the name Rufinus Cracker? Knows an octork with that name was in this roost. Our hero Taikuk forbid eating the outsider, calling him an honourable Ut Vaka. But the outsider left the roost after the battle with Lone Eye's Vein. Skrat heard no more from him. Flesh Shaper says that of my blood have succumbed to madness. Who is the Awakened One? A descendant of a great warrior. Even the Shapers must listen to the Awakened One. I will leave you now. Requirements crude. Human bodies adorned with flaking gold-plated buttons. Such buttons are supplied by the ton to the regiments of the Scintillian Fusiliers. Remove the vent cover. What the hell? Side trace? Step back, or I will explain it to you in your own language. Whoa. I'll die because of my own mistake. The irony. The mark on the rock looks unusual, as if the stone briefly turned into lava, then froze. Melted rock. Strange trajectory. It seems he was firing at someone significantly taller than himself. Death was unexpected for the monkey. His final sensations were astonishment and vexation. This odd-looking structure appears to serve as a sign... Oh, right, yeah. Fellowship. What the hell? Reconnection of power supply units required. Objective cancelled. High priority detected. Protector of the servo congregator. Initiating elimination. Oh, do you not have to reload anymore? I just noticed. Oh, you numpty. Burn them! Oh god. God damn it. Connection restored. Additional activation of power supply units required. Once activated, at the start of its turn, the generator increases the central mechanism's energy charge by 15%. God damn it. Ah, that's tough. I think maybe you have to use the power things, but we'll see. I think I'm going to come back though. So, till next time.